as well. But let's talk about the retail space. After several quarters of muted consumer sentiment, value fashion retailer V-Mart is starting to see some betterment, but sales per square feet is still not close to pre-COVID levels. The CFO of the company, Anand Agarwal, told our colleague Shilpa in an exclusive conversation on the sidelines of the Ray Retail CFO Summit. Listen in.
Definitely, there are some betterment which are happening, and especially in the tier 2, tier 3 segments where we sort of specialize in. And this particular segment had definitely been slightly subdued for the last 3 years post-COVID due to a variety of factors. But more than that, I would like to stress that we have taken a lot of actions in the last 1 year, a lot of projects that we've been working on in terms of improving the product profile, in terms of improving the pricing, in terms of also improving the look and feel of the stores. So there's a lot of work which has actually gone in terms of what we wanted to change, and some part of that has now started to bear fruit for us. So the improvement that we see is not just coming in from the macro getting better, but also a lot of it coming from what we have been able to turn around within the organization.
Right. But from a macro point of view, if I'm to talk about, do you feel that it will take a few more quarters before demand sort of really returns? What is your expectation?
No, definitely, it's going to be a slow recovery. It's going to be a slow growth, but definitely, my sense is we are, getting better, and every month is getting better. In terms of performance, in terms of sales per square feet, we're still not as close to what we used to do before COVID. So definitely, we still have a lot to catch on. But yes, the progress seems strong, and the growth is visible. So yes, it might take a couple of more quarters to get back to where we really want to be.
Fair enough. And your sales per square foot this quarter was the highest, I think, in about 4 years, if I'm not wrong. Do you think that sort of growth right now will be sustainable for you with a sort of hope for revival going forward? And what's the trajectory that you have in mind when it comes to same-store sales growth also? How do you see that sort of going for this fiscal?
No, definitely we are working towards betterment, and all indicators are there that we should be able to get where we want.
Where is that?
We first want to get back to pre-COVID levels, and that's the first target. So that's the entire organization is working towards that. In terms of same-store sales growth, definitely I think mid to high single-digit same-store sales growth should be possible, and that is what definitely seems visible right now.
And finally, I wanted to understand with respect to store expansion, the last couple of quarters, in fact, generally retail players we've seen a slowdown in the store expansion plans. A lot of store rationalization also has taken place. Do you think, given the slowdown that we've seen in the past couple of quarters, that going forward for you also, are you slowing down on your store expansion, or looking more, sort of doing store rationalization? Will you be focusing on closing down more stores? Sort of what's the strategy there?
So I think weaning out any loss-making stores or any part of the organization is absolutely a hygiene, and it's not about a slowdown or a aggressive growth strategy. As a strategy, we always look on growth, and we will keep opening stores, and we will keep opening more and more number of stores every year. There's no question around that. But having said that, yes, we have also, cleaned up some part of our network. In the last 2 years, we would have closed at least 30-35 stores. So these are, standard or regular exercises that you keep on doing, depending on how the macro or the environment is looking like, and particularly for the locations that you were not successful or so successful in. But yes, going forward, we are very, gung-ho about the future, and we are very, ambitiously looking at growth coming in from new store expansion.
All right.